A roofer in Tulsa told me last month he doesn't ask for reviews because his work speaks for itself. I ran the numbers on his business while we were on the call. One Google review per week, every week, is worth $94,000 a year to him. He went quiet. Then he asked me to email him the math. Here it is, and here's why most local service businesses are leaving this exact pile of money sitting on the sidewalk. Let me start with what a review actually does, because most owners think it's a vanity thing. A review is not a trophy. A review is a ranking signal and a conversion lever at the same time. Google uses three things to decide who shows up in the map pack: proximity, relevance, and prominence. Proximity you can't control. Relevance is your category and your website. Prominence is reviews, and specifically the velocity of those reviews. Velocity means how often new ones show up, not total count. Velocity. A business with 200 reviews, and the last one was 8 months ago, ranks below a business with 60 reviews and a fresh one every week. Google wants to show searchers businesses that are clearly still operating and clearly still good. Fresh reviews prove both. Now let's get to the money. Average roofing job in his market is $14,000. He closes about 1 in 3 estimates. His average customer searches Google before calling, and the map pack gets roughly 44% of all clicks on a local search. That's measured, that's not a guess. He was sitting at position 5 in the map pack, which gets about 6% of the map pack clicks. Position 3 gets about 13, position 1 gets about 33. So moving from 5 to 3 roughly doubles his click volume from Google. Moving from 5 to 1 is more than 5 times. In his market, there are about 420 roof-related searches a month that could turn into a job. He was getting roughly 25 clicks a month from the map pack. If he moves to position 3 with consistent review velocity, that becomes about 55 clicks, 30 extra clicks. Now stack the conversion math. Of those clicks, about 20% fill out a form or call. That's 6 new leads a month. He closes 1 in 3. That's 2 extra jobs. At $14,000 each, that's $28,000 a month in new revenue. Multiply by 12, $336,000 a year just for moving 2 spots in the map pack. I told him to be conservative. Let's say he only captures a third of that lift because his close rate dips on cold leads. That's still over $110,000 a year. And the input was 1 review per week, 52 reviews. Here's the contrarian piece. Most owners think the problem is asking. It's not. The problem is the system around the ask. They tell their tech, hey, ask for a review when you finish the job. The tech forgets, or the tech asks at the wrong moment, or the customer says, yeah, sure, and never does it. That entire approach is broken. The fix is removing the human from the request and removing the friction from the customer. Here's what I had him build. The minute the invoice is marked paid in his CRM, an automation fires. 2 hours later, the customer gets a text. Not an email, a text. Texts get a 98% open rate. Emails get 20. The text is 6 words. Quick favor, would you leave us a review with a direct link to his Google review page? Not his website, not a landing page. The actual Google review form, 1 tap away. He went from getting 2 reviews a month, mostly from customers he begged in person, to 14 reviews a month, automated, 0 effort from him or his crew. In 4 months, he passed 2 of his competitors in the map pack. His phone started ringing more. His cost per lead dropped because organic traffic doesn't cost him a click fee. That's the part most owners miss. Reviews don't just bring in jobs. They lower your customer acquisition cost on every other channel too. Because when somebody sees your Google ad and then checks your reviews before clicking, a 4.9 with 200 reviews converts way better than a 4.7 with 60. Your ad spend works harder. Your referrals close faster. Your sales conversations get shorter because the trust is already built before you show up at the door. Now here's where it gets contrarian. I'm going to tell you something most marketing people will hate. Stop chasing 5-star reviews. Chase honest reviews. A business with all 5 stars actually converts worse than a business with a 4.8. Because a perfect score reads as fake. Buyers in 2026 are sophisticated. They look for the bad reviews specifically to see how the business responded. A thoughtful response to a 3-star review does more for your conversion than 10 more 5 stars. So when you build your review system, build a response system too. Every review, good or bad, gets a reply within 24 hours. You can template the positive ones. The negative ones you write personally. That alone separates you from 90% of your competition who either ignore reviews or copy-paste a generic thank you. One more number before I close. The roofer I started this with, he's now at 31 reviews collected in the last quarter. He moved from position 5 to position 2 in the map pack. His monthly lead count from organic search went from 19 to 47. He hasn't increased his ad spend a dollar. The math worked. It always works. The only question is whether you're going to build the system or keep telling yourself your work speaks for itself. Your work doesn't speak. Google does, and Google speaks in reviews. If this was useful, subscribe. I run these numbers on real businesses every week, and the pattern is always the same.